Start time is 5:03 on the stream there, and it is 5:03. So I'm right on time. Jennifer, there is no stream today. No stream at all. I'm pretty sure I'm live, right? Mic's on. CJ Black, welcome back to the Dream Team. Thank you for re-upping your membership. I appreciate it. And hello, everyone. So, I do have some exciting news, but again, gonna wait until a few more people get here. Oh man, I can't take any more Temu ads. $10, Amy. YouTube Red, YouTube Premium, YouTube Pro, whatever it's called. $10. It's worth it. Worth it. Audio, video, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you guys hear the music in the background? I hope not. If you can, let me know. Oh, Zen Ginger says music kind of loud. You can hear that? I have it turned like so far down. Sorry about that. Temu ads. I don't even know what Temu is. I've literally never seen one. Liquid Zoo OnlyFans. What's going on? Says premium, well worth it. Yeah, I was listening to music. Sorry about that. Was. Oh, wait, it's still going. Okay, it was. Sorry. Just, you know, trying to get amped up, I guess. I don't know. It's $12 for YouTube Premium? What? I had no idea. I thought it was $10. It was $10 when I subscribed to it. Actually, I got it free for like a year somehow. Yeah, I was messing with the audio settings in the last stream, so I apologize. That was my fault. I do play music at the start of the member stream and then throughout the stream sometimes. And so I thought I had that turned off. But I still listen to music during these streams, but normally I turn it off so you guys can't hear it. Fish Fam Link, what's going on? I just found an interesting stat that says 1.5% of traffic comes from your website. Which I thought was pretty interesting. So your website is making a dent, which is pretty neat. Amp up, Bob. Lady Diane, I'm amping up. I got my caffeine. I got more caffeine. I'm ready to go. Munching on smoked cheese. What? It's cheese. Can we just say cheese? Gouda. 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 Speaking of Gouda, I came back from Sacramento and found that my Aspidor's roach eye had spawned in the uplift tube. If you're on my Facebook group, you would have seen that because I did post a short little video. However, there was an issue. There was an issue. So I put him in a breeder box, and I made a total rookie mistake. I've used breeder box a million times in the past, but this is the first time I've used one in forever. And you know when the water goes back out, there's that little plastic little thing you put in there, and we all know that that thing is junk because fry can still go through it. Well, I forgot about that part. So I set it all up at night. They hatched out. Well, I saw that they hatched out at night. I was like, yes, there's like little wigglers all over the place. They still had their yolk sacs and everything. However, the next morning I was looking around and I just couldn't see any. I was like, where did they all go? I found one. And then I was looking in the tank and I saw one darting around in the tank and I was like, oh my God. And I instantly remembered that little plastic grate, whatever you want to call it, is not small enough and the fry can get through it. So all but one went right into the tank. Now, the good news is that the tank there's only corridors in that tank. So will they eat their own fry? Probably, but they don't hunt them out. So, you know, Luckily, there's no like loaches. I've got loaches in a lot of my Cory tanks, you know, rainbows. Luckily, there's none of those in there. It's just Corydoras and shrimp. The other thing I have going for me is that it is green water and tannin. So the water is really dark, and hopefully they don't get seen very well. And hopefully they'll just grow up in that tank and survive. And if not, these Corydoras, or Aspidoras, I should say, are already wanting to spawn again. I can see them right now. I haven't put the tube back on the sponge filter, and I can see them like racing around the filter looking for it. So after the stream, I got to get that back on and go for round 2. So the first official, I guess, spawn. Now, they have spawned before because there are fry growing up in this 40 breeder. There's only one, though. Only one made it. So first official spawn of the year for me, as far as Corydoras are concerned. So pretty excited either way. And it's interesting because I was watching a video from Chris Biggs, the Mad Aquarist, who just did a video on a Corydoras breeder in Canada. And he was like, you know, sometimes you just got to leave the tanks alone. And that's what I did. I stopped doing water changes. The tank looks like a mess. But they, after like 3 months of no water changes and doing anything, they started spawning. So interesting. I don't like the way it looks at all. But they're spawning and they're happy. What else is spawning for me right now in the fish room? I want to say my Loxozonis. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but I want to say they're spawning. However, they're not in their own tank yet, which is kind of unfortunate. But and then there was another one. I think my Delphax, Corydoras Delphax, might be spawning, but I'm probably wrong. I just moved a bunch of fish around, set up a couple new tanks. That video is going to be out on Wednesday. And so, I don't know, everything's kind of a blur with getting back from Sacramento. I was in Sacramento last week doing a fish room tour of Larry Schenkel, which is where I used to get my rainbow fish when I was selling them on my website. So it was cool to finally meet him in person and see his fish room. Although currently not breeding a lot of rainbows like years ago. He's now doing like Corydoras. He's got a lot of angels. So it was, there's much more than just rainbow fish now in that tour, which is going to be kind of neat. And I was lucky enough to have Matt from the YouTube channel Fish Troverts, which is a new channel, so check it out, Fish Troverts. Should probably get a link because I cannot thank him enough for coming and helping me with that video. Fish Troverts. Very new channel, only 40 subscribers. And so go check it out. I'll link it. Check it out. He's got one video up so far. And I know he's going to stick around. So that's why I have no problems promoting that channel for him. Hey, dude, I used to be all about fish tanks. I still have a 2-gallon running with just snails. I want to get back in the hobby. What do you recommend I do? Brian, what's going on, buddy? I still have a 2-gallon running with just snails, and I want to get back into the hobby. Well, I would say, you like the name Fish Roverts? Do you still have your fish tanks? Because if not, then I would wait for the $1 per gallon sale. If you do still have your fish tanks, I mean, it's just personal preference, right? I mean, I don't know what you like, but I'm really big into the Corys right now. I'm getting back into Apistos. I'm just getting back into breeding in general, which is why I'm completely redoing my fish room again. It's been a long time since I would consider myself a breeder. Like, I've always bred like a fish here or there, you know, but nothing. It's like trout goodyids or tequila goodyids, my Variatus platies, just like communal spawns, right? Nothing that I was really going out of the way and to spawn things. And I haven't done that since like 2014, 2015. Even before then, like, I was really involved with the Breeders Award program with the Greater Seattle Aquarium Society. And a lot of my really old videos, you'll see, you know, some various spawns and things like that. And that's what I'm getting back into, and I'm super excited. So really, it's about finding you know, what you would be excited about. What do you like? Because what I would recommend is going to be what I like, which is Corys, Rainbows, Epistos, breeding. And, you know, I'll probably be that way for like 2 years. That's kind of like my jam, right? I do something for 2 years, and then I find something else to do. Like, I started out, like, when I got back into this hobby, like, I wanted to breed everything, so I was breeding for a couple years. And then I got into planet tanks, and I did that for a couple years. And then I got into African cichlids, and I did that for a couple years. And then I got into rainbow fish, and, you know, I just kind of all over the place. But it's like every couple years, you know, I'm able to find something different to keep me in the hobby and keep it entertaining and fresh, where I'm always learning something new. And I've been back in the hobby since like 2011, 2012, maybe a little earlier. And I still haven't got bored. Like, there's been times when I'm bored, but that's when you switch it up. There's always so much to learn, so much to do. So I still haven't gone the monster fish route. That's one route I think I will never go. I don't know. I've just had zero interest. But I've said that about other things. Like, I said I would never do goldfish, and then I bought like 20 of them. I said I'd never do betta fish, and then I bought like 20 of them. I don't see myself ever buying like 20 monster fish. Maybe one. I do like the Haitiensis cichlid. I've always loved that cichlid. But I don't think I would ever actually get one or do it. But never say never, right? Hot dang, Bob, you are the best. How are the dogs? The dogs are doing great. They are at home. It is finally warm enough outside that I can leave them by themselves. Because my only source of heat in my house is my fireplace, and I'm not gonna have the fire going if I'm not there. And I'm not there right now. I'm not in my home, if you didn't know. So yeah, they're enjoying being able to actually not be crammed in this little studio / office while I live stream. I saw my tanks. I just don't have much time. I used to run no water change tanks. Not really, but Super Planet. Yep, I just love fish tanks. I've been here since your first stream. I know Brian. I recognize Brian S. Brian Earl Spillner. Sounds like a serial killer name to me. Yeah, a little Fast and Furious reference right there, in case you didn't know. Yeah, Brian, I know. Like, I know who you are. You've been around for a long, long time, my friend. What is the name of the dog rescue organization that you've helped in the past? Looking into possibly getting a companion for Murphy. So I am a volunteer at the Everett Washington Animal Shelter. Next week, Bob bought 20 Arapaima. If I did monster fish, it wouldn't be that. I don't know what it would, but it wouldn't be Arapaimas. Yeah, more than you can afford, pal. Jimmy, I'm actually looking at a new car. I'm gonna go look at it tomorrow. Should be interesting. Well, new to me, not you. Not like a new car. I mean, you know, I'm not that big on YouTube. But we'll see. I might be getting a new vehicle. But I got to sell the cop car. So cop car is going to go. Make Epistos great again. Epistos have always been great, though. So, you know. I will say I lost my pair of Epistogramma cockatoides while I was gone, which was really random. Let me go with you. I went to go look at 2 cars today, a Honda CR-V. I'm looking at a Honda Pilot and also an all-wheel drive turbo Mini tomorrow. Those are the 2 I'm looking at tomorrow. Vibes Aquatics says, thanks for the live stream. Bye. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. See you later, Vibe. Matt says, thanks to anyone who joins us over there. That is true. Matt Gray is the owner of Fish Troverts. Hopefully I got you at least 1 subscriber. 9 subscribers. All right. And it's him and his wife. They're the nicest people ever. You won't regret it. Go check them out. Who here is T-Mobile? Do y'all like it? I'm hating Verizon. I'm not T-Mobile. You know, you could try T-Mobile for free, Leo. If you download their app, you can join their network for like 3 months for free. Yeah, Jimmy, I don't know. So I really want a small car for just zipping around town. I hate driving my big F-150 around town. It is such a pain. Like, I run over people. True story. I did run over an old lady the other day. Backing out. Like, it doesn't even have a rear view mirror. Like, my truck is something else, I'm telling you. I like T-Mobile because free Wi-Fi on Alaska. I had no idea. Brian says, I'm a serial fish killer. We've all been there. I've had full tanks just die for no reason that I couldn't figure out. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing, but sometimes fish just die. Yeah, I mean, it just happens, right? You really can't dwell on that stuff. I mean, I don't know when it was, like 2018 or so. Like, I had like half my fish in the whole fish room just die over the period of like 3 days. Just things were just dropping dead left and right. Well, regardless, let's go camping next month. What is next month? June? I mean, I could pretty much go camping whenever. I don't think I have anything on the schedule. Like, I was going to go to Cataclysm, but that's just stupid. So I'm not going there. I don't think I'm going to make it to the Findig in Sacramento in a couple weeks. Well, in a month. But I might, but probably not. We'll see. I don't know. A Honda CR-V is a good in-between between a Pilot and a Mini. What a great line to come into a live stream on. I ran over an old lady. Yeah. It was 10,000 points, though. So, you know, I had to get those points. Wait, what? Lost 6 Ember Tetras yesterday. I floated the bag for 10 to 15 minutes, 30-minute drive. When I opened the bag, they all went belly up. What could have happened? So, did they die in the bag or when you like dropped them in the new tank? It's really bizarre for this scenario to happen in that short amount of time, but something, especially with Ember Tetras, like they're so small, but this is something that you usually see in the shipping world where they're in the bags for days, and this is why I plop and drop. So when the fish are in the bag, right, and they're pooping and doing their business, it actually lowers the pH, and then the ammonia becomes non-toxic, right? As soon as you open that bag and the oxygen refills like that area, right? Because they're taking in oxygen and they're letting out CO2. It's the CO2 that is lowering the pH, which in turn makes the ammonia non-toxic. As soon as you open the bag, gets fresh oxygen, then the pH climbs, and then the ammonia is then toxic again. Though it would be really rare for that to be the case in such a short amount of time. But it is a possibility, I guess. Like, if they were scooped out of a tank that had high ammonia, possibly that's what happened. Again, and that's if they died in the bag. Yes, in the bag. Yeah, that's my instinct would be like some type of ammonia spike there. Brian says, UPSers unite. UPS are living the dream. Welcome back to the dream team. I did kick you out. That was my fault. I canceled your tier. So thanks for coming back. I appreciate it, Katie. I mean, that's as far as fish dying in the bag, that's the only thing I can think of. Finally remembered to use your affiliate link for the co-op. Felt bad for getting it to do it when I bought my lights. Just get so excited ordering aquarium stuff. Mr. B's CPDs. Thank you so much, and thanks to everyone else who uses it. I appreciate it. Be careful with the Mini. I've heard that certain models have some pretty serious, well-documented issues. Oh, I'm well aware. I've done a lot of research on them. And yeah, I would say that the Mini is much more of a gamble than a Honda, for sure. But having like an all-wheel drive 300 horsepower Mini, like, you're basically like driving around a go-kart with 300 horsepower. I mean, how fun would that be? Sure, you can make fun of the Mini and me and a Mini all you want, but just imagine driving around a 300 horsepower go-kart, and that's basically what I'd be doing. And that sounds pretty dang fun to me. They were replacing them, but I'm worried it will happen again. That's the first time it's happened in all my years of fish keeping. Well, then I would say, you know, I wouldn't be worried about it. If this never happened before, don't let it sway you in any way. Get a beat up Type R GT. I've had my fair share of Volkswagens. I'm in no hurry to get a Volkswagen anytime soon. I know that's a sweet car, but and the car, the Volkswagen I had, it's not even fair to like compare that to other. Because I had a Volkswagen Corrado, which if you know what a Volkswagen Corrado is, you know it's sweet, but you know that they break all the time. I literally had the alternator just fall out. Like it just fell out. Which is bad maintenance, and I wasn't doing the maintenance on it, but still, like the supercharger of my Corrado blew up and it shot through the hood of my car on the freeway. I was doing like 90 and it exploded through the roof of my car. So that was pretty awesome. Another instance in my Corrado, the lugs sheared completely off. I lost the rim, the tire, and everything. Again, doing like 70 on the freeway. Like, so when I think Volkswagen, like all I can think about is that car and how much grief. The axle broke on it while I was driving. And at that point, I was like, screw it. I don't even care. I'm driving it home. So I drove it home with a broken axle. This thing broke down so much, I got free tows. Like literally punch card, like your 10th tow for free. Like they felt bad for charging me. They had charged me for so many tows. And again, I know that's not a fair comparison to the Volkswagens of today, but it's left me. It's stained in my mind. Anyways, back to fish. We're not in the second half yet, so let's curb the car talk. We can talk about that after the first hour. Back to fish. Got to be somebody here with a fish question, right? Forgot to post and ask questions early again. I fail. I'm basically the worst YouTuber in the world. A tow truck driver told me he tows more V-dubs and Subarus than anything else by far. Well, Subarus at like 120,000 break. They just all break. But anyways, back to fish. What else is new in the fish room? Oh, I can say I do have a new video schedule for you all, finally. We're going to do videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays, going from no videos to 2 videos a week. Back like I did years and years ago. So that'll be fun. So this Wednesday, they're coming out Wednesdays and Saturdays. This Wednesday will be a fish room update. A day in the fish room, just hanging out with me in the fish room, getting stuff done. And then this Saturday will be a like a species profile video. And I'm probably going to switch it up and do the fish room videos on Saturday and then like just random fish videos on Wednesday. But I got the, or maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just do it that now. So maybe this Wednesday will be the profile and then Saturday will be the fish room. Maybe I'll switch it. I don't know. I like the idea of having the fish room videos on the weekend. I don't know why. Do you know of some kind of Corey illness? I know it's going around. Oh, and Curtis, thank you for the $1 super chat. I appreciate it. L Fish Tanks, thank you so much for joining the Dream Team. I can't believe I ignored all these. Katie, I got yours. Welcome back. And then I think there was a $1 super chat in here. Yes, Curtis, thank you so much. Right on schedule. Okay, scrolling back down to Rocky Miles with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Rocky and Miles, the 2 little doggos there. And back to the question. Do you know of some kind of Cory illness? I've had a little struggle with my Corys, but the other fishes, cardinal tetras and ram cichlids, are fine, in top form. So, yes. What is it specifically? I don't know. But there's been quite a few of us who have had some issues. in the supply chain with Corys. Actually, so much so that I stopped buying Corys from the supply chain. So pretty much now, if I don't get them from Dan, then I don't get them, or other breeders. I would highly recommend getting them from breeders at this point, because I haven't been able to figure out. Dan hasn't been able to figure it out. But there's definitely something that is causing die-off in corridors. It doesn't seem to be as bad as it was at the end of last year and the beginning of this year. So maybe it's kind of working its way out. But I'd still try to find some local breeders. Yeah, because we don't know. It is only Corys though, Carlos. Only Corys. All the other fish I brought in the same tanks, same vendors. It doesn't matter. I've gotten Corys from probably a half a dozen different vendors, and some coming from Brazil straight to me. Actually, those ones didn't have any issues. So somewhere in the farms, somewhere in the import-export shipping process, there's something nasty going on with Corys. The first time I saw you, you were at the co-op. You called the 300-gallon tank weak. It was an instant sub. Weak. That's funny. I don't even remember that. Do you shop from fish from Aquahuna? I think they revamped their inventory. I have bought fish from Aquahuna. However, I haven't been on their website in a while. I don't think they've changed anything. They moved to a new location, which I need to go check out. I want to actually go see it. It's just really far away from me. It's like a 2-hour drive. Okay, it's like an hour and a half. I exaggerate. Their website looks a little different. But I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time on their website, to be honest, so I don't know if it's changed. Their inventory looks all the same, though. Well, let's just look at corridors while I'm here, huh? Pandas, Julii, orange Venezuelan, Paleotis. Pretty standard. I mean, it's pretty common stuff. Ginger Grumble is here. Welcome, Ginger. Haven't seen you here forever. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Ginger Grumble, all about that gym life. She's turned into a gym bro, so she doesn't have time for the fish streams anymore. She's a gym bro. UPS are living the dream with a $20 super chat just because I missed a few lives due to work schedule. Loving seeing the new corridor fry as well. Congrats, Grandpa Bob. Hopefully they survive. Yellowstone Aquatics says, I'm getting fish from Dan tomorrow. I wish I could put in an order. I don't even know what I would get. I don't even know what I would get. But I feel like I haven't gotten any new fish in a long time. And I'm just jonesing for new fish. Aren't we all, though? Like, really, come on, let's be real. I had an opportunity to get some Aspidoras when I was in Sacramento, but I just didn't have a way to bring them back. I don't know. I'm kind of like trying to get fish on a plane. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm just nervous about it. Like, I'm so afraid they're gonna be like, you can't have that, and then TSA is gonna take it because they're so inconsistent. Like, it just depends on how that one person feels that one day. Who knows? Okay, I'll stop looking at fish. Hey, Bob, how are your Parkinsoni rainbow fish? Hopefully I didn't misspell it too bad. I know what you're talking about. How many do you have, and are there different colors of them? There are yellow and orange. I wanted to get some for a while now. I have a 240-gallon. Highly recommend them. What happened to mine? I don't have them anymore. Who did I give those to? I've been giving so much stuff away. I don't even remember, but I don't have mine anymore. They didn't make the cut to the new fish room. I really wanted them to, but they didn't. What do I think of corridors? Rebutia. I know you're not talking to me, but I have them, and I think they're pretty sweet. Angel, I would highly recommend Parkinsoni rainbows. It's so underrated, but they look so good as adults. They take time. They take time to get there, but you know, they're not slow like a Bosemani, but they're still a pretty slow grower. Bob, have you seen the Piscogramma Ash something extreme reds from Redfish, Bluefish, Aqua Balls? I have not, but I will look right now. Let's see. This sounds expensive. $153. I don't like that this photo's been altered. $150 a pair. Oh, they're just McMasteri, like super red McMasteri. Is that all they are? Yeah, I don't know. So one pic is altered, and then the other pic just looks like normal McMasteri. Jeez, dude, the contrast is so turned up on these pictures, like it hurts my eyes. Like, let's see, dwarf cichlids. Does he have regular McMasteri? Well, here, let's just pull it up. I'll pull it up right now. You be the judge. You be the judge, because this, like, this looks very altered to me. There's some Photoshop going on here, which is fine. But this one hurts my eyes. There's too much contrast. Like, can we turn the contrast down a little here? I don't even have like bad eyesight. I've got pretty good eyes, but this is too much. Too much contrast. Can you really play guitar, or are those just there for the stream? I'm not a great guitar player, but I am learning. They are not just here for the stream. I am learning. I haven't had much time to play, but they are not wall art. They are not wall art. If I was gonna spend that much on art, I would have like naked lady art or something. I don't know. Whatever. Hey, keep it PG, buddy. Keep it PG. I bought some. They look better than the photos. I would think so, because the photos don't look that good at all. So, Aqua Balls, where can we see yours? Can we get some non-edited photos? Non-edited. I have a question. Is it normal to have skinny fish? He is similar than the rest, but growing. I've had him for half a year. He's colored up a little and eats normally. What kind of fish? Did I miss that part? Connor, what kind of fish? But if you have a group of fish and play us the forbidden song, no, I'll get kicked out of every Guitar Center ever. All guitar players are always learning. I've been playing for 25 years. I'm to the point now where I probably need professional help. I think I've learned as much as I can off of just watching YouTube tutorials. And I've kind of hit a wall. You're a better drummer. I'm a better piano player. Which is right here. Not that you can see it, but there's my piano. Ginger says, okay, I got to go get to my button shape. I'll watch the rest later. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate it. Dennis wants to know, hey, Dennis wants to know, I saw you earlier, and I think I even responded to one of your comments, but now I will officially say hello. Corridoras Jerry Jury Eye. Has anybody tried them? I have not. But send to me on Instagram. I love Instagram for photos. Or Facebook, whatever is easier. Mitchell Broom says, if I could ever find them available. Someone's selling them. I just saw them for sale somewhere, but I don't remember who. Mitchell. Where did I see them? Was it nationwide? No, I don't think it was nationwide. But I'll double check. Plecos. Get your plecos out of here. They got a lot of cool plecos. 51. I'm very curious on these Tango Maria Corridoras. No, it wasn't there. I swear I just saw him. Like, I was just Googling this fish because I swear I just saw him for sale. Why is Stairway prohibited? It's not Stairway. The forbidden song is that one dude, Alex Rose or whatever his name is from Guns N' Roses. That's the forbidden song. Mickham, what's going on, buddy? He says, hi, Bob and everyone. Late over here, dropping in to inform you about the auction we had over here. 2 6-packs of Corridoras C11 went for approximately $360 to $380 a bag. Have a great stream. That's not a bad price. UPS for Living the Dream says, which rainbows have more blue? Chilothrina fasciata, Lake Centenni, or turquoise? Here's my problem with turquoise. They are blue, but the older they get, the duller the blue becomes. But it's still like really blue. You'll see it in, or if you just watch my care video on turquoise rainbows, there's a really old one in there, and it's still really like still a really good dark blue, but it's kind of dull. Yeah, Axl Rose. If it was me, I would go for the Chilothrina, because at least you get more than one color. He is the last dominant. The last dominant? Garden of Eaters here. What's going on, buddy? Says, Nancy, I will let you know, but yes, you may add on to your order, but you can always ask me for an update on ETA. I don't mind. Holy smokes, a business that lets you add on to your order? Who would have thunk? Somebody needs to get the Westbot on board. No, you can't add. You cannot add to your order at the Westbot. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever. I don't even want to get into that right now. Let's not even get into that. Can you sing us a sample of this forbidden song? No, I will never. Well, I have sung on the stream before, but not for more than like 0.5 seconds. Praycocks are pretty blue, even the females. If you want like a blue fish that's... No, Bob, that's not the question you need to answer. Go Kamaka. Like, I realize it's purple, right? But go Kamaka. Such a beautiful fish. We need more Kamakas out in the world. That's what we need. Well, that's what Leo says right there. Those Kamakas are amazing blue, but Dan Soldado already. They're more of like a purple. Like a bluish purple. Answer Grant's first question. Scrolling up. I don't know, but Dean told me I had to go through Bob because Corey can't sell them. Oh, what are we talking about here? I see like your conversation, but I don't see the original question. Oh, right here. Hey, Bob, any chance you can get me on the wait list for the mini musk turtles? Dean told me you were my guy. What is Dean sending people my way? What? I have nothing to do with those turtles. Dean, what are you doing, buddy? Is he lurking? No, he's not lurking. Oh man, Dean. I don't know anything about the turtles. I have no idea what's going on with the turtles. Dean is lying. Dean is deflecting. That's all Dean is doing. Dean loves to do this to me. Ask Bob. Go to Bob. And Dean is trolling me. That guy. Such a funny guy that guy is. Bob, I need to know about them mini musk turtles. I have no idea about them. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know what he's doing with them. I haven't talked to Corey about those at all. Dean said, Corey, yeah, we can't sell them. It's illegal to sell them. So, like, I'm not going to be involved with anything illegal. So, yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Like, could I possibly get some and not sell them to you and ship them? Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Yes, but would I risk doing that and getting my channel shut down? No. Like losing my lifestyle? No. If Bob can get them from Corey and you can get them from Bob, can I get some from you? Let's just start a whole chain. I mean, here's the thing. Like, you already have access to turtles that are that small, right? There's lots of musk turtles that are the size of his turtles. Maybe like an inch difference. Like, I don't know. It seems like a lot of hassle for like 1 inch shell difference. There's a lot of 4-inch musk turtles out there in the world. I need a turtle train. Knock, knock, knock. Open up. It's the YouTube police. Yeah. No, it's trust me, I've had stuff that I shouldn't have had that's could have made its way in a video. And yeah, I just had to get rid of it. I had to get rid of all my illegal stuff. Because all you have to do is piss off one random person in YouTube and they'll find anything to report you for. And I understand, like, I could just ship them to you for free. But with the new law here, I don't even know if I'm allowed to ship them across the border in Washington State. So... it doesn't use USB bulbs, so I just want to test it out. Nothing for profit for all education. Oh, yeah. Like, I realize that it's not. Lots of musk and musk turtles top out at 4-inch shell size as adults, and they're very inexpensive turtles, too. Yeah, like the 3-striped mud turtle. Let's look that one up. I'm pretty sure that one stays really small. 3-striped mud turtle size. 4 inches. Like, it's a 4-inch turtle. The mini musk turtles, when they're full-grown adults, I would put them well over 3 inches, if not 4 inches. Like, when I see his in person, I would put them at 3.5 to 4 inches. I'm just trying to get some salamanders. It's basically impossible here. I just was mowing my lawn yesterday and came across some long-toed salamanders. That's pretty neat. I thought I chopped his tail off, but it was just a baby, so all was good. Verena guy, what's going on? Are you still doing Ackies? Is that still your thing? I know you lost a lot. I'm just curious if you're still breeding them. Kitty says, I personally have 15 turtles. That's a lot. We want all the turtles. I want tortoises. Like, I wish I was in a state that I could have tortoises. Turtles are cool, but give me some redfoot tortoises. Like, I want a whole wagon full. I don't know how many that is, but still breeding Ackies. I lost one adult and a couple babies when I moved. Oh, I thought you were still in California. Never mind. I thought I might have an Ackie lined up for you, but I thought you were still in California. Never mind. That sounds awful, Nancy. Oh, what happened? What did I miss? What I miss? Huh, I missed it. I mean, I will. Nothing beats our Diamondback terrapins. Honestly, I would love, if I was to get a turtle again, it would be Diamondback terrapins. Like, I want Diamondback terrapins so bad. That's probably the only turtle I would get right now. Those mini musk turtles are sweet, but they're not Diamondback terrapin sweet. Caitlin says, wait, we can't have tortoises here. Oh, no, we can. I would just, like, the time they could be outside is like 4 months. If I was somewhere like Florida or Arizona, somewhere where it's warm year round, I would get tortoises. I would feel bad. I would feel bad about getting a tortoise because I know it would outlive me. But my family knows that when I die, they're inheriting animals, and they're not allowed to get rid of them. So, joke's on them. But they'll have, they'll have YouTube revenue to pay for them for a good while. We have 7 ornate Diamondback turtles. Oh, they're so pretty. I remember like 5 years ago or whatever, the first time Jimmy moved from Ohio to Washington, he was like, do you want my Diamondback hairpins? And I was like, no. Dumbest thing I ever said. Do I talk for clubs? Not yet, but I'm hoping to next year. What I'm doing with my whole Corridoras breeding project here is, one, I'm breeding a bunch of Corridoras, and I'm going to turn that into a talk, because I do get hit up every once in a while, and I feel like, what do I have to talk about? Nothing that great to talk about to a club. But if I start breeding a couple dozen species of Corys, and I already have like close to 30 species now. By the end of this year, I should have a lot of footage, photos, video, and experience, and then I can make the rounds. At least you aren't gifting your family a cockatoo. Who knows? Who knows what I'll have when I die? I mean, I still have to get my giraffes, for crying out loud. Brandon Guy says, I'm sick of not having any fish tanks, so I'm going to be setting up a 20 long to test things out with. Something that's inexpensive to where I can test if the fish plants I want will be okay on tap. Are you worried about heat at all? Like, I feel like I've come across like a lot of people in Arizona where their tanks get too hot. Can trade my iPhone for a Pixel. I'm the last person you should ever talk to about phones, like ever. I have no idea what's good, what's bad. Her209 says, what are the plans for outdoor tubbing this summer? That's funny because I just put shrimp outside. I broke down a tank that had 1 billion cherry shrimp in it. And instead of like spending 3 days like picking through everything and making sure I don't kill any, I literally just took the 20-gallon tank and submerged it into the tub outside and said, there you go. I set it out there for like 2 days submerged, and then I went and picked it, turned it upside down, and pulled it out. And, so that's my plans right now. I got one tub with just cherry shrimp. The temperature in the tub was over 80 degrees, which I was like, holy smokes. So it might have been a little bit too warm for him, but It's back down to the low 70s now. We did have 2 days where it got really warm here. I still have my golden white clouds outside, which will probably die off this year from old age. They're like 4 to 5 years old. I'm going to be doing a tub of brine shrimp, an outdoor brine shrimp tub again, which I did last year. And that was like so easy mode for live food. It was ridiculous. And it was so easy. I filled it with salt. When I first filled it up with water, put salt in there, and then I went the whole summer with rain. I never had to add more salt, and they just kept breeding and breeding and breeding. It was crazy. I did keep them in the shade, so there was no sun at any point. So they were always shaded, so it never got warm. But man, was it nice to just go out there and scoop out a bunch of brine shrimp of all different sizes and just dump them in the tank. How much salt for a gallon? I don't know. Like, I literally just bought a 5-gallon bucket of salt and I dumped it in, and I was like, I didn't dump the whole gallon, the whole tub in there. I was just like, that's about okay. Like, there's nothing scientific about it at all. But brine shrimp, they don't need a ton of salt. Clearly, because I never, like, it rained all summer and I never replaced the salt at all. What else I'm going to do outside? I'm probably going to be moving my Hawaiian Variatus platies outside this week. And I'm probably going to put all my rainbows back outside this week. Or maybe I'll wait till next week. I have so many tubs, it's ridiculous. I'm like 20. And then, like, all the ones that were in Corey's fish room at his house, like, they're now in my yard. I'm going to do some corridors outside when it gets a little warmer. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to raise corridors outside, because I'm going to get overrun really fast in my fish room. If they all start breeding, I don't know what I'm going to do with all the fry. It's going to get crazy. So I'm hoping I could do that outside. At least the more common species, right? Like maybe the sturbies and the Aeneas, peppered, the common stuff that I want to breed just to say that I bred them. The ones that drop like 500 eggs a day, those will be the ones I put outside. That's wild. I've never heard of anyone tubbing BBS. That's awesome. It is so awesome. Like, it's crazy awesome. I think the brine shrimp tub could be done on a smaller scale, like a 10-gallon in a fish room. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, like, what kind of results you'll have, because these are like an 150-gallon tub, and it's like billions of brine shrimp. Just like, they're laying their eggs in there, they're hatching out, it's insane. The salt doesn't evaporate. So my tub, I'm talking about when it like rains and the water goes through the overflow and then it pours out in the yard. I'm definitely losing some gravity there, if you will. Yeah, it's taken a good bit of practice to not produce a billion Coreys that I can't house. Well, the nice thing is, like, if I can raise them up at a billion at a time at sellable size, at least I have somewhere to unload them, right? Like, I could ship Dan like 100 of them if I wanted to. I've got Aquahuna that I could take them to if I need to, if they would buy them. Or I could just put them on my website. My website's getting a lot of traffic since I started doing those stupid blog posts. I probably shouldn't say that, but they're pretty basic. What do brine shrimp eat? I put nothing in there. So whatever is falling into the tank naturally is what they're eating. I don't feed them at all. Like, I literally just put in a random amount of salt and throw in a tub of eggs. It's really that easy. Like, it's pretty crazy. Mitchell, I think you're the next fish room tour I want to do. If you would have me. I don't even remember where you are. Hotlanta, somewhere like that. I want to get another one planned. I need to get another one planned. It doesn't show on all versions of the app. What? If the rain overflowed the tubs at all, you may need to add some back to adjust for loss. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I never did. And they, even in, like, at one point in the winter, there was like 5 inches of ice, and I could still see him swimming around under the ice. The only reason I took it down is because I had to move the tubs, so everything got emptied. North Atlanta. Okay. Can you tell me the closest airport to you? If it's, I mean, I just assume it's Atlanta, but, you know, I never really know. I bred fish that people say couldn't be bred in captivity. All it takes is the right conditions in the tank. Yeah, and especially if you go to, like, Planet Catfish, there's so many different catfish species that say aren't bred or haven't been bred. Or same with, like, Seriously Fish. When you go down to, like, the breeding area, and there's no reports of breeding, and I'm like, well, these have been bred a lot in captivity. It's just no one updating the website, really. Or, you know, it's not so much that they're not updating the website, like, you would actually have to message them. Hartsfield? Floated ice packs. Oh, yeah, the Arizona heat. That's right. Not a bad idea. I've actually resorted to putting ice cubes in my tanks after water changes. She works really well. Used to buy sea monkeys from Boys Life back in the day. They just grow almost without anything. Yeah, they're super low maintenance. Shamu Aquarium says, I've seen my bronze cories lay eggs many times. Luckily, my Denison barbs gobble them right up. I don't want hundreds of babies swimming around. Yeah, those I'm going to have spawn and get rid of real quick. But I got to spawn them once just to check. Like, I've spawned peppered cories, but I still got to do it again. I really want a lobster, like an honest-to-God real lobster. All you gotta do is go to, like, a grocery store and rescue one, and then you'll get like 1 billion views. Like, isn't that... Rescued lobster. I mean, if you want to go viral, like, that's the thing. Yeah, keeping a grocery store lobster as a pet. 23 million views. That's all it takes. That's all you got to do. Raising a grocery store lobster as a pet. 6.5 million. Of course, everyone jumped on that train, right? Man. There's so many fake videos. Like, I am so disappointed that the fake videos have entered the fish world. So disappointed. Yes, I watch Leon. You must, because you know his name. That's funny. They eat Old Bay. That's funny. I'm looking for dwarf CPOs because of their size. Oh, what's the place in Florida that has them that I always forget and I always feel bad? The Mike's the owner. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I've bought fish from there. What is the farm in Florida? Oh my gosh. Imperial Tropicals. Jeez. They usually always have those dwarf CPOs. Okay, let's take a look. Full store directory. Looking for inverts. Here we go. The one time I'm looking, they probably don't have them. Oh, no, they got them. Mexican dwarf orange crayfish. 17 in stock, 15. Oh, those have come up in price. Well, now that's interesting. It says $12.99, but then when you click on them, oh wait, there's probably like a group discount. Never mind, that's stupid. There you go, $15. Imperial Tropicals. But North Atlanta, so it would be a haul from Chattanooga. Oh, okay, so it's Adelaide. Okay, let's check. Let's check out prices. See, I would much rather go to fish rooms than like fish events, if I'm being honest. Atlanta. Hartsfield. $218 round trip. Pff, that's not. It's a shame that hotels are so expensive. And that's even Alaska. Wow, that's cheap. Oh no, wait, that's Frontier. Alaska is $300. That's still nothing. All right. I'm gonna start mentally preparing for that trip. Brady is so far the only one doing it right. Is that the one who is? I don't know. I've never watched the video. Is that who owns Leon? I used to sell lobsters in the grocery store. When my little girl came to the store, I would put one on the floor for her to play with. That's so weird to me. Like imagine going to the store and being like, "Well, here's your cow. Pick one out." Like that. I don't know. I realize they do that with like chicken a lot, but I'm thinking my planted 72 bowfront with a breeding group CPOs and a massive school of longfin zebra danios. Inexpensive and no heater required. That is true. Although the CPOs will eat plants. Not all plants, but they will munch on plants here and there. Just keep that in mind. Probably not even enough to make a dent in a 72-gallon tank, but they will. Brian S. was discussing UPS driving earlier. That is true. Not Brian P. Used to sell half a cow. What did you do with the other half? I invented a device that will allow you to take 8 hamburgers out of a horse while keeping the horse alive. I guess it wouldn't be hamburgers. It would be horse burgers. I don't know. I think I'd want to go. I don't think I'd want to go to Atlanta in the summer, though. Restaurants like Red Lobster, just pick it, and Red Lobster, just pick it and they will cook it up. I don't think they do that anymore. But I've never been to a Red Lobster in my life. Is Red Lobster still even in business? I don't even remember seeing one for years now. Ride the other half home. Hey, nothing like a two-legged cow. I seen a dude keeping blue crabs in fresh water, and apparently they can survive. I mean, there's a few species of freshwater crabs. Didn't miss much. What are you talking about, Barbara? The Cheddar Bay biscuits are the only good thing about Red Lobster. I do see those in the frozen section at the grocery store, like the Red Lobster biscuits. Never had one, though. What's your website? My website? Yeah, just SteenfottAquatics.com. Atlanta in the summer is as hot as a stuck-on fluval heater. That's pretty hot. That is pretty. The last fluval heater I got, I was doing a water change and forgot to unplug it, and it melted the plastic shroud. It was one of the fancy ones that had like the digital readout. Oh man, it was sizzling and cracking and popping and just a hot mess of melted plastic. That was pretty awesome. Wet heat in the summer, and yeah, I don't want anything to do with that wet heat, so might have to wait till fall for that one. Texas Roadhouse biscuits for the win. Oh, they're so good. I've never eaten at a Texas Roadhouse until I went to Wyoming, and Dan and I stopped at a Texas Roadhouse in Montana, right by the airport. For a chain store, I could not believe how good like everything I had was. The steak was good. The biscuits were crazy. I ate 2 plates of biscuits by myself. I was like, I'm going to need another one of these free biscuits over here, stat. Oh my gosh, they were so good. Everything was so good. And I'm sad we don't have one here. Because, again, we have no good food here. It's the worst. The rolls are good. Aren't they like the honey? It's like, yeah, the cinnamon butter. Oh, I never even thought of putting cinnamon in butter in my life. And that was like, it blew my mind how good it was. It was crazy. Would you put a dwarf gourami in a 40 breeder with a spotted Congo puffer? Would I? No, because I would never own a dwarf gourami. But could you? I'm sure it would be just fine, Matt. but me, would I? No. No, I would not. Can they go together? Yes. I would be pretty confident in saying yes. Thanks for the $10, Matt. I appreciate it. As far as I know, Red Lobster in Linwood is still open. That's crazy. That's the Red Lobster. That's the last time I remember seeing a Red Lobster is when I lived in Bothell. Texas Roadhouse is amazing. I know we don't have one here. It's so sad. Maybe I should open up a franchise. Wait, Land O'Lakes makes honey, butter, and cinnamon and sugar butter? What? What's the butter I get? I get like Irish butter. I think. Irish butter is a thing, right? I think I get the Irish butter because they get it from like grass-fed cows. Thanks for the idea. I'm starving and cinnamon toast sounds awesome. And I have all the ingredients. There you go. As a kid, cinnamon and sugar on my toast. Oh, I was only allowed to have like 1 piece. Thankfully, who knows how fat I'd be right now. Oh, I was so restricted on food as a child. I would totally be way fatter if it wasn't for my mom's strict food rules. Now I got to thank her. Kerrygold Irish butter. I think that sounds familiar. It's like in a green package. I don't know. Wait, Zen Ginger doesn't like cinnamon toast? What is wrong with you? I love French toast. I guess I'm French toast. The only good thing to come out of France, right? All right, so we got a little bit of time left. What do y'all want to talk about? Open mic now. We've passed the 1 hour mark. Only going to 6:30 tonight. I guess I probably should announce that at the beginning of the stream. I'm now only going to be streaming for an hour and a half on Mondays, not the full 2 hours. Down to only an hour and a half. I feel you. My mom was diagnosed with diabetes in her early 20s. She almost never let me have sweets or soda as a kid. My mom was diagnosed as being poor, as well as I. So that's why we were rationed. We were rationed because we were poor. Who eats goat cheese? I love goat milk. If I could find goat cheese, I would absolutely eat goat cheese. No, I said I do love it. She was qualifying her standards for other folks. Oh, okay. Okay. Leo, I told you, I know nothing about phones. I'm the last person to ask. Should I get a Pixel 7 or a Samsung S23? Honestly, I don't know anything about the Pixel, but I've not been hearing good things about the Samsung S23. I hear a lot of people complaining. So, I have no idea. 17 minutes and all is well. That's like Disney Robin Hood reference. Is Kambamba banned where you are? I believe it is illegal here, if I remember right. I'm pretty sure. Like 99.102% sure that it is illegal in Washington State. S22 puts the S23 to shame. iPhones are I absolutely hate my iPhone. This is the first iPhone I've ever had, and I cannot stand it at all. It has some good things, and it has some really bad things, to be fair. There's some things that does really well, and there's some things that does really bad. But that can be said about Android as well. Mike, what's going on, buddy? Says Bob, setting up an unheated tank with rainbow shiners and white clouds. Think Barbados would be good in a bottom feeder in the setup. Ooh, you know, I don't know about Barbados, temperature-wise. That's actually a really good question. I've never looked into Barbados as far as... Let's see. What do they got to say here? Ooh, I think you're gonna be okay. It says 16 to 24 degrees Celsius. I think you'd be just fine. I don't know how unheated your unheated tank is gonna be, but as long as it doesn't go below 60, I think you'd be okay. I like cinnamon raisin. I've never liked raisins. Raisins are the worst. Temperature-wise, Barbados will prefer unheated, but they might eat some of those. That's good to know. Nancy B in Tennessee says, if you're doing shiners, why not darters for the bottom? Bob, I feel like you need to make an occasional trip down here for a specialty grocery run and a decent restaurant meal. Restaurants are just so expensive. It's hard for me to fathom any restaurant worth the price of how much they charge these days. I don't know. It's just so expensive to eat out. Like it's really hard to get my brain to justify eating out. Anyways, all of the scleromastics prefer to be around the high 60s. That's good to know. Can all corridors be unheated or just certain species like peppers? Not all. Some of them are definitely tropical. There's subtropical as well, but a lot of them it can go into cold water, cooler temperatures, but not for long periods of time. Like, not their whole life. I mean, obviously, temperature fluctuates in the wild. And some of the places they're collecting Cories, the temperature, in the winter gets down to like 50, 60 degrees. Not saying the water gets that cold, but I forget what species I was reading about, but they were collecting them, and the temperature in the water was like 56 degrees where they were collecting these Coriodoras. But again, I don't remember exactly what species. Supper time for this family. I hope everyone is doing great. I got 12 minutes. 12 minutes till dinner. I'm looking forward to it. I agree, way too expensive to do regular, but I can't make Indian food. Thrasher's Corner. That was my corner growing up. Like, I lived on that corner as a kid. I could go for some buttered chicken and garlic naan. Like, not gonna lie, that sounds pretty good. Ruth's Chris is so worth it. See, I don't think so. You know, the best steak, one of the best steaks I've ever had was just that MGM Grand in Vegas. It was like $50. Now, I mean, that was like 15 years ago. Who knows what it is now, but I don't know. It's hard for me to pay that much for a steak when I could like go and buy like a good New York or sirloin steak for like $10 and make it myself, and it's still really, really good. So I don't know. I don't know how much money I would have to make to be able to be like, I'm gonna go drop $100 on a steak tonight, $150 on a steak dinner. It would have to be a lot. Like, even if I won the lottery, I'd be like, it just doesn't make sense. I can't do it. What do I consider tropical temperatures? 75, 76 and above, I guess. What is buttered chicken? Kenny, you need to find an Indian place and go order some buttered chicken. It is so good. So ridiculously good. The trick is to getting takeout and picking up naan. I like picking up naan at the grocery store and then using it to make pizza. That's my little hack. You should try it. It's really good. Buy one coffee from Starbucks and it will make most restaurant prices feel normal. The people that are paying like $8, $9, $10 for every coffee just blows my mind. You know that Applebee's, they don't even have ovens in their restaurants. Like, everything is cooked in a microwave at Applebee's. So for you to say you've had the best steak at an Applebee's, that's, I don't know. I don't know about that. Literally everything at Applebee's is cooked in a microwave. So that's very bizarre. We make non-bread pizza on the griddle while camping. So you just throw a bunch of pizza sauce and like pepperoni on the griddle? I don't get it. I don't get it. RJ says I have Panda Stir-Buys and Agazizi, also Synodontis Pepsi Colas. I like that. I love that. Synodontis Pepsi Colas. That is the new name. Over 20 years ago. Okay, they probably had ovens back then. They probably had real stoves back then. I take it back. But Applebee's. Ugh, so gross. Fishburr says I got hard water here in PA. The question is remineralize RO or dilute my tap water with RO. Any thoughts? Needing some soft water fish. I would say whatever is going to be easier for you. If it'd be easier to do RO and remineralize it, do it that way. If it's easier to dilute it, do it that way. It's probably going to be easier to just dilute it, but I don't know. Are you going to buy like an RODI unit, or are you going to be like buying RODI water from the fish store or a grocery store? I've done the non-pizza thing too, but Indian food is my favorite. Try having Indian food in India. Nothing beats that. Non-bread pizza on the griddle. Okay. Okay. I'm like, how do you have pizza without any type of bread? Is it possible to have a 15-gallon pond outside? Yes, but your temperature swings are going to be insane. Especially if it's sitting in the sun. It's going to cook really fast. So just keep that in mind. Also, the other way too, if it gets cold out, it's going to get cold really fast. To me, I would never do a 15-gallon tub outside. But I know lots of people that do. You just have to be very, very careful. As Zen Ginger says, it would be highly subject to temperature swings with that size. Yep. I did. That's how I realized I like India. Oh, so oh yeah, you did go to India, didn't you? Yeah. I have an uncle from India. He's a doctor. Man, I want to go to India so bad. Catch some wild scarlet baddis. Actually get some female scarlet baddis. How sweet would that would be? $10 for a small tri-tip. Tri-tip's pretty good. Tri-tip is pretty dang good. But New York is always going to be my go-to. I just love pan searing that side of fat. Just sear it up good. And then cook it in the fat that you just seared up. Get a nice caramelize it on each side real quick. Oh, that's so good. I got a female scarlet baddis. I've been working on breeding for more females. Yeah, females. I mean, females are getting much more common in the hobby, thankfully. Thankfully, we're out of that Indian stronghold of them not exporting females. Because there's a couple people now in Washington that are breeding as well. So it's just a matter of time till we have more females. British Indian food is better than Indian food? What? Now I'm craving Indian. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for dinner, but I am freaking hungry. Amy says, y'all got to stop talking about food. I know, it's killing me. Gosh, I haven't eaten since like 3. I'm starving. And a 15-gallon pond for only plants would be fine. Again, plants are going to be just as suspectable, whatever. They're going to be... The temperature swings can harm plants just like they can fish. Now, it's obviously not going to be as extreme, but it's still possible. Also, a lot of our common aquarium plants will fry in direct sunlight. So keep that in mind too. I used to eat strips with T-bone. I don't like anything with the bone still in it. Like, I won't like the tomahawk steaks are now all the rage. And I'm like, I don't got time to be like trying to gnaw food off a bone or like cut it off a bone. Get that bone out of there. Susceptible. There we go. I just had to see it to be able to pronounce it. Thank you, Zenny. I appreciate it. Susceptible. It's a fact. I think it's a fact that food in England is just not good. We're having bangers and mash. Banger. I'm just kidding. I've never been to England, so I can't comment on their food. But bangers and mash is pretty good. Is that even England? That might not even be English food. What do I know? Did you see you can buy bacon grease now? I find that so odd. I've always just made my own and put it in an old pickle jar. Like, I literally have a big jug of bacon grease. Yeah. But maybe people don't want to, I mean, people buy duckweed, right? Can we make that comparison? People buying bacon grease is like people buying duckweed. Like, what are you doing buying duckweed? Like, people pay a lot of money for duckweed. Sean says, any pointers on multifasciatus tanks, which is obviously a lake technique and shell dweller? Do they need plants if they have shells? They don't need plants regardless. They definitely need shells. And then I would also say, I guess my tip would be when you think you have enough shells, double it. You want a lot of shells. Not that they need a lot of shells. You just get a lot more fun behavior with more shells, because they're just always rearranging, always moving things around. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of shells, and lots of like another way to have more fun with shellies is deep sand beds. So don't just put like a half-inch layer of sand on there. Get like 3-4 inches of sand, and they'll make pyramids. Like, seriously, it's so fun. Lots and lots of sand. Why don't they ship female batis? Because then people would be breeding them, and they would have to charge less for their fish. It's pretty common. It's common with guppies too in the wholesale world. Like, wholesalers generally don't sell female guppies because they don't want you breeding them. Same thing with scarlet batis. They don't want you breeding them. The food in Iraq was actually delicious. Yeah, I'm still kind of bummed about my trip to Iran being canceled. Bob, you ever bought Wagyu steak? Yeah, all the time. I'm too cheap to spend the money on one. Do it once. I'm telling you, do it once. I don't do it a lot because it is stupid expensive. I will say, like, don't buy Wagyu steak at Walmart. They sell Wagyu meat that just blows my mind. Like, go to a butcher, get yourself just splurge on it once. Like I said, I probably get one like once or twice a year, and it's a huge, like, it's so good. So good. Yeah, gatekeeping female scarlet batis is definitely a thing. You're missing out on the best part of the bacon grease. Yeah, like I have 4 eggs every morning fried in bacon grease. It's so good. So good. But anyways, it is 6:30. It is time to cut the stream off. Only going an hour and a half now. We'll see how this works out. And don't forget, video coming out on Wednesday and on Saturday. So look out for that because my notifications are not being sent out right now. And thanks everyone for the super chats, the new members. I appreciate it. Mods, thank you so much. Regular folks, you're the majority, so definitely thanks to you. And lurkers, say hi every once in a while. You don't gotta say anything, just say hi. What do you know? You can still lurk. Just say hi every once in a while. And then outside of that, I hope you all have a great week, and I will be back here next Monday, 5 p.m. Same bat channel, same bat time.